welcome back, everybody, to the darkness that surrounds us, our Curse of Strahd campaign. It's been a long time since we gathered here, so I will try to refresh your memories on the events that have led your characters to find yourself here. You all set out from the village of Daggerford. You had been besieged by the Duchess of Daggerford, Lady Daggerford herself, to find out about attacks that had been happening in nearby town, the locals blaming them on werewolves, children being kidnapped and locals being killed, farms destroyed, livestock slaughtered. You followed a band of said killings after abandoning one quest and heading out towards another, after discovering some local children had been taken alive. Following the trail through the woods, you found yourselves entering a place that you were unfamiliar with. The woods changing and following into a strange canyon-like structure, climbing up on the hills provided no further insight into your location, until you found yourself upon strange gates leading into a strange land. Entering a village goes by the name of Barovia, whereupon you found that denizens had been besieged by a evil lord that ruled over the lands, a man by the name of Strahd von Zarevich, who you learned from the local burgomaster was none other than a vampire, or a vampire. His daughter, Irina Kolanya, he had left a letter outlining that she had been tortured by this entity who wished to claim her for her own. The burgomaster had died recently after discovering the evils of this place, the mansion which upon the locals had commenced in evil rituals to honor the Dark Lord that ruled over the land, including slaughter of their own children and of unsuspecting travelers. You discovered Irina with her brother, with her father's body in the mansion, in the burgomaster's mansion, recently deceased. Her brother, Kolan Andirovich, adopted brother and son of the deceased burgomaster, begged you to take his sister Irina Kolanya away from the town of Barovia, directly under Castle Ravenloft, the home of the Dark Lord, which had been haunting her daily and nightly. You agreed to do so, but Irina would only come with you if you helped provide a burial for her father. Taking him to the local priest, you found that the priest's son had been turned into a spawn of a vampire, locked in the basement, starving and begging for food. After killing him and essentially trying to free his soul, the local priest agreed to perform the burial of both his son and Kolan Andirovich. So the brother was Ismark the Lesser, to bury Kolan Andirovich, the burgomaster, and his son at sunrise in honor of the Sun Lord. Ismark had asked and thought that the best place to potentially take Irina away was to the neighboring city town of Valaki, where she may find some respite there. The local priest, he felt like the abbey at the town of Krezek would be able to provide the best protection. Heading outwards, you left the city, finding these cursed lands swarming with evil entities, zombies rising up from the ground, only to be saved by local traveler people by the name of the Vistani, who you learned their ancient ancestors had provided aid to Strahd von Zarevich when he first became ruler of this land, and are granted more permissions than the people of Barovia themselves, than the Barovians themselves. There in their camp, you met Madame Ava, fortune teller, who took a special interest in you all, who sought to save Arena and potentially free this land from its dark prison and find the children that had been kidnapped and taken by wolves from the outskirts of Daggerford. Madame Ava told you in a card reading she pulled several different cards for you to aid you along your way. The first card she told you was a card of history and knowledge to help you better understand your enemy. She pulled the Master of Coins, the Rogue, and told you that she sees a nest of ravens, and there you will find the prize of history and knowledge to better understand your enemy. She then told you that the next card told of a powerful force for good and protection, a holy symbol of great hope, and she flipped the 8 of glyphs, the bishop, and told you that what you seek lies in a pile of treasure beyond a set of amber doors. The third card she pulled was the card of power and strength, telling of a weapon of great vengeance, a sword of sunlight. She pulled the 5 of swords, the Myrmidon, and told you to look for a den of wolves in the hills overlooking a mountain lake, and that the treasure belonged to Mother Night. The next card she pulled was one that told you of an ally that would help you in your battle against darkness. She pulled the artifact, a skull set into a glass jar upon 4 legs, and told you to look for an entertaining man with a monkey, and that he was more than he would seem. Finally, she pulled the 5th card and told you that your enemy was a creature of darkness, and that this card would lead you to him. She pulled the card, the Dark Lord, a devil seated upon a throne, and told you that this card meant that he lurked in the depths of darkness, in the one place to which he must return always. Your reading ended. While you were in the town of Barovia, before you met the Vistani and the fortune teller woman, you had learned of an old woman who was selling dream pastries that you learned that the Barovian people were eating to escape the tortures of their existence. Chewing down these pastries induced a dreamlike state that allowed them some measure of escape to a pleasurable world. In fact, one of you imbibed in consuming one. It was only thereafter that Bagamo learned the truth, that when the poor Barovians had run out of money to pay for the dream pastries, they paid in the souls of their children, who were kidnapped and taken by this crone in her cart away. Bagamo suspecting that the children themselves had become the pies. She rescued one such child, preventing her from taking him, at which point she sneers and laughs and looks into your heart and points her finger at you and left. Since that time, Bagamo's dreams have been haunted each night with terrible visions of a mill grinding bones into powder, leading Bagamo to suspect that the children themselves were becoming parts of the pie. However, she provided no sleep, no respite, no rest from the torture and terror, each day growing weaker without rest. You finally made your decision to pass by the windmill of Bagamo's visions and dreams that you actually saw on the outskirts of the road. In fact, the same windmill that you saw set into the hilt of the sword and in the bas-reliefs inside of the house that you first entered, upon which great tortures were commenced and an evil cult was worshipping some horrific monster. You made your way into the town of Vallaki, only to find the town full of pikes, with the heads of slain wolves skewered on the pikes, and people locked in stocks in the center of town, being punished, with signs strewn around the town saying, "All will be well, all will be well." People beginning to take down the wolf's heads on pikes and put up a giant effigy of a sun made out of wicker and straw. You elected to make your way to the local church there. You found the Chapel of St. Andal, where in St. Andal's church you met the father, the priest of St. Andal, a man by the name of Lucian Petrovich. Told him that you were some holy people on a holy quest, particularly you, Bergamo, and you, Bert Beasley, and asked for his aid and protection, what that he could provide. Lucian Petrovich, when you first went into the town, a small orphan boy by the name of Yeska is the first one you talked to, and Yeska ran and grabbed Father Petrovich. Father Petrovich was worried and confided in you after telling him that you were holy people, that the church had lost its most holy relic, that nobody else knows about it, but he feared greatly and thought that maybe you travelers would be able to provide some aid to him. The bones of St. Andal himself, the holy relic that he believed provided protection to the church and chapel, preventing it from becoming a desecrated place like so many others, had been stolen. The father suspected a boy that worked in the church as a grave digger by the name of Milosh. Milosh was temperamental and an angry child, or angry young man, prone to outbursts and potentially violence. So Father Lucian has been hesitant to confront Milosh. He came to this suspicion because not many people knew about the bones of St. Andal. Very few, except for Yeska, the small orphan boy, altar boy servant, knew of the bones, along with the father himself. And Father Lucian had asked Yeska if he had told anyone of the bones. Yeska nodded yes, but has refused to answer who, leading to Father Lucian to suspect the gravedigger boy Milosh. But afraid to confront him, no further progress has been made on locating the holy relic that has gone missing from the chapel. Asking him if you could stay there, telling him of your horrific dreams of the mill and the woman and the grinding bones, Father Petrovich tells you yes, he would provide what protection he could. Bagmo, you asked him to stay up all night to watch over you and wake you should you show signs of horrific dreams. He agreed and said he would do as best he could. As you were there, a night service began. People began to slowly file into the chapel to participate in what appears to be services in the evening. During said service, there were prayers being offered and a rather sort of sad service being performed by the father. You noticed one woman in the side of the pew who did not participate in the singing or the praying or any such thing, but she simply was crying through the entire service. They prayed for protection from St. Andal from the terrors of this world, which is when you, Wetrock, came to the woman that you noticed crying through the service, and she told you that her name was Wilhelmina Rinklova, and that her son she prayed for, Udo Lukovich. She told you that Udo had been imprisoned by the burgomaster for speaking out, and that anyone that speaks out is locked away, thrown into the stocks in prison. Father Lucian tells you that things are not all happy as they seem. The burgomaster in town rules with an iron fist, and that he believes that through enforcing happiness on the denizens, that this keeps the evils of the vampire and the evils of Strahd away from them. Week after week, he holds one festival after the next. Father Lucian confides in you that last week was the festival of the wolves, I think, and that he had placed these wolf heads on pikes around town while people had to celebrate the slaying of wolves, and that next week he was having the festival of the, I think, rising sun, where an effigy of the sun was to be burned, and people were to attend. Anyone not attending or caught not celebrating appropriately enough or showing enough deference to him would potentially be punished, locked in the stocks like some of the people you had seen, or potentially put in prisons somewhere, locked away. Realizing that this place may not be as safe a home for Irina as Ismark had believed, Irina has grown less confident in that this is a place for her to stay. And as you're turning in for the night, trying to settle down inside of the Abbey, Irina says, "This is no home. This is no place of safety. I am in this as you are in this. The only way I will ever be safe is to end this nightmare. So I am with you." And that is where we find you all, inside of the Abbey of St. Andrew's Church, next to Father Lucian Petrovich and his altar boy, Glieska, as the people of the service begin to file out. Wilhelmina Rinklova thanks you, Wetrock, as she had just taken a giant swig of your whiskey that you offered her for her tears for her son Udo.
You keep that bottle.
She thanks you for the bottle.
And I kind of give her a little side hug and
wipes her tears a bit, and that, ladies and gentlemen, is where I will take you to now. And if I must say, I think I did a darn good job at recalling where it was going on.
Well,
you definitely did.
Let's let the horn be tooted.
Yeah, Amy, walk in the other room. Give him a pat on the back.
I'm downstairs.
Well,
okay.
All right.
It was incredible. Thank you, sir.
I got to relaunch Roll20. So you guys can, what are you doing? You're inside of the Abbey right now. Father Lucian Petrovich is, he is tending to sort of the things and stuff around the Abbey.
Look, it's time for my nap. It's time for my nap, and he better pray over me all night long.
And Wet Rock is itching to find some running water because he needs to set up a quick still and get some more whiskey because he's been handing it out like gangbusters.
Are you asking about the town's water supply?
I would love to if that's.
I mean, there's Father. The only person that you're here is with Father Lucian Petrovich.
Father, I have a need for running water. A river.
He says,
strong stream.
The father says, well, there is not much strong streams, but the water from Villaki we get from Lake Zarovich to the north, Lake Zarovich. But it is dangerous to head to Lake Zarovich.
How far away is it?
It is not far. It is. Let me look at the map so that I can tell you a better answer rather than just making it up off the top of my head. The town borders it, so it is, like a quarter mile or something like that.
Yeah, I couldn't remember if it was close enough to be like, I'm just going to skip on over there.
It is, okay, it is 2 hexes away. The hexes are, I think, each hex in this represents a quarter mile, so it is a half mile down the road to Lake Zarovich. He tells you that there is a stream coming, or a river coming off of Lake Zarovich called the Luna River. The Luna River is about a mile and a half down the road, but about a quarter mile or so is Lake Zarovich, which is this town's source of water. But then he tells you this. He says, but traveling to Lake Zarovich is dangerous. The threat of Strahd's wolves is always there.
But I thought the festival was over.
There are always more wolves. We had the festival to celebrate killing of some wolves, but there's always more.
Do they not clear out in the immediate aftermath of public murder?
Perhaps there is a slight downtick for a moment. It may be safer briefly. Says the only one that travels there is Bluto Korogrove. Korogrove. Sorry. Bluto Korogrove. He's the town drunk. He heads over to the lake to go fishing each day, but I have not seen him catch fish in a while.
Is he good in a fight?
Bluto? No.
Yeah.
He likes to go fishing. He drinks, he fishes.
Can he work with a spade?
I do not know. Perhaps.
Tell
he
me
would certainly
this.
work. He
Tell
would
me
certainly
about this man and point me in his direction. I'll talk to him if I can find him.
You could probably find him fishing at Lake Zarovich.
All right. Thanks. And I give him a pat on the back.
It's where he goes each day. You have liquor. He would definitely work for liquor. I'm becoming sort of Hispanic. No, sorry, trying to stay in my Eastern.
So. I think I was picking up on those.
I slipped into Speedy Gonzalez there. That's really. I'm trying to stay in Eastern European sort of.
You can find. Also, I picked up on the fact that he might work for liquor, and I can spin a yarn about what my liquor might do for him if he can help me make it, and he'll learn how to make it for himself. Anyway.
There you go. So Bluto Korogrove, the town drunk, heads up there repeatedly. He's the only one that heads up to the lake routinely, but that's the nearest source of water is Lake Zarovich.
And he's not in the church currently.
No.
Is that correct?
No, it's getting towards evening, so the father tells you that he would probably be there
at the bar. Might I find him at the bar?
You might. There is a local bar and inn here. Are you asking about that?
Yeah.
Tells you that the inn that most people would be at is the Blue Water Inn. The Blue Water Inn.
Thank you.
You're most welcome, my child. Are you settling in for the night here?
I don't think
I will offer what protection I
Let me go talk to my compatriots.
Okay, y'all talk. I'm gonna get another drink, so talk.
Do it.
Bert Beasley feels like we got a lot of quests going on, a lot of side quests, but he can't get out of his mind those children probably in the windmill being ground up into pies.
I can't get out of my mind that windmill and how desperately it needs to be burned to the ground because of how evil it is.
Right.
And if I could just get a nap,
yep,
I would happily go burn down the windmill.
I wonder, is the windmill on the way to the river?
I mean, my thought is maybe we take our rest because we're all beat up, and then hopefully we go back to this windmill. We cross that whole pie lady off the list, and then go from there.
I'm running dangerously low on whiskey.
We'll buy you some on the way.
If you help me get a nap and kill the witch ladies, I will dig trenches for your liquor wherever you like.
It's as good as gold. It's currency. We need it.
It's as good as gold, yes, but it's not as good as me sleeping and being alive. So I need to do that first.
All right, Bagmo. I hear you and I respect you. Let's take a rest.
We'd like to take a long rest here. It sounds like this guy is offering us rooms.
He says you may sleep here in the pews.
Nice.
This old Forester single barrel is 131 proof.
Woo!
So I guess we'd like to find some space on the pews and take a rest.
Nap it out.
You guys settle in.
Nap it style, nap it style, nap it style, nap it style.
Okay. Everybody just going to bed, or what are you doing?
Mm-hmm. And he better be staying up praying for me and waking me up all night.
I will definitely make him roll checks to see if he can do that.
I'm tossing and turning, and I'm wondering if I can see a map.
A map?
Yep.
Are you asking the father if he has a map?
I'm getting up to look for him to ask him if he has a map of the area.
Oh, yes, of course. I will show
I
you.
imagine I have to go knock on the door that he's watching Bagmo at, right? Or
y'all are just out in the
separate
pews.
pew?
He's just
Okay.
sort of working in the church.
So
right
I
now.
go up to the father and I say, Father, I can't sleep. I need to prepare. Do you
Come
have
to
a
my-
map of the area?
But of course, my child, come to my study. And he takes you into a room and he pulls up a map of the countryside.
All right. Trying to look at this.
Where you are is where you are,
Yeah.
Wet Rock. You're in the on that side of the town of Valaki. You see to the north Lake Zarovich.
Yep. I see Lake Zarvich.
You
And
see
then
the
I see the
Luna.
bridge.
You see the Luna River about a mile and a half to your east.
Yeah.
Or west, I'm sorry, to your west.
Yep.
That Lake Zarovich is the nearest water supply, which is to the north. You're in this town, sort of like right there. Okay.
Yeah. I think can you see that?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm thinking like right there would be a good spot. Should have a quick current and I should be able to dig a trench from there. I'm gonna ask him like who manages your natural resources?
Well, it would be the burgomaster of town. You, we've
Does he
spoken.
do they monitor the digging around the river?
Baron Vargas Vlakovich, around the river. Oh, you must be careful there. On the outskirts of town nearest to the river is where the Vistani set their camps. Dangerous folk the Vistani are. Bandits. Footpaths on the outskirts of Alaki to the east. This is where the Vistani camp.
Do they maintain their camps during the day?
But of course.
Well, then we'll make sure to avoid them. Thank you, Father. I think I have a destination in sight should I get a chance. And I can rest easy now.
But of course. And yeah. We're back in the Church of St. Andal's. Okay. Is anybody doing anything else, or are you all going to sleep?
Do we feel like there's a necessity to set a watch?
That's your call.
I would feel better if I think we had a little bit of a watch, because this is I'm not trusting anything about this weird world that we're in. So I'll be happy to take a first watch.
Okay. Are we to assume that this conversation happened while I was in the father's study looking at a map, or when I come back, are you coming out to say we need a watch?
It's up to y'all.
Hawkins.
I guess as we're getting ready to turn in. So I guess
so it happened while I was away. Let's say that.
Yeah.
And so I come back and you're on first watch.
Yes.
Bert Beasley just, tells you that statistically, a church such as this is highly unlikely to be burglarized at night. Based on the numbers. That's what the insurance policy would say. If you're concerned.
The father sort of sighs and says, "This may have been true before the bones of St. Andal had gone missing."
Well, that is a good point. Holy relics, we do factor that into the premium cost. So I guess we could set a watch.
Bagmo, what do you think about a watch?
I agree. You should all watch over me and not let me have bad dreams. Can I participate? Honestly, no.
I'm not here for this conversation. So I think like the three of you guys should figure out the watch situation, and I will come upon.
All right, we're just gonna do it.
Ergoth when I come back from the father's study.
We're just gonna do it. We're just
You know what?
do
You know what? We're all going to do the watch at the same
we always
time.
discuss who has what shift.
Who's
so
got first
why
watch?
can't that be figured out
first
before
watch.
I get back?
Who's got 2?
I'll do it.
Bert's got 2. Who's got 3? Nobody's got.
Bagamo is literally falling down. Like,
You know, I'll just pick someone and I'll wake them up for the third one. That's what I'm gonna do.
Fair enough. And I love how they're just 4 people. So okay. The Father Lucian Petrovich, he agrees that he will try to aid and watch over you. First watch. Who had first? Hawkins.
I did.
And then I come out of the father's study and I'm like, hey, what's going on?
What's going on?
Hawkins or Ergoth.
Everybody went to sleep.
What's the status?
Everybody went to sleep. I am I'm watching over to make sure no spooks molest us here. And so if you want to turn in, I do believe we have one open slot at the end for an additional watch. If you want to, we can make sure to wake you up when the time comes.
I'll take Bagmo's watch as well. She needs the rest more
She
than
she does indeed. Her snores have been rattling the pew ever since she put her head down.
If I can catch a couple of hours, then I can relieve Boggins.
Boggums.
All right.
I can relieve Boggums and take the last 2 shifts. I have some plotting to do of my own anyway.
You and Boggums seem quite familiar.
We are quite familiar.
Oh my goodness.
Boggums and Sons.
All right.
Insurance has been a frequent target of my criminal enterprises. I just hope he doesn't realize that that's the case.
I see.
We're out on this journey.
Okay, first watch. You notice Bagamo begins to twitch, and her face begins to draw and sneer, and she looks like she's experiencing something. Bagamo, you begin to have dreams again, where you see an awful face, hideous teeth dripping with what looks like black blood, and a hideous smile of this horrific-looking old woman sort of enters your mind as you're sleeping. Ergoth, you sort of see Bagamo twisting and writhing in her sleep. What do you do, Ergoth?
I'm looking at my possible spells here and other actions, but I don't really think I have anything that I think
just kind of wake me up.
Can help.
That's all.
Well, my earlier thought was that
don't you help him.
That waking you up wasn't going to, might do more harm than good. So I think that that's still what Ergoth thinks. So I'm not going to wake you up.
I specifically asked everyone to wake me up.
Oh, did you?
Yes.
I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah.
I forgot.
What the flip is going on?
I'm sorry. I forgot. Then I'll wake you up then. If that's since
Where is
you
the
asked.
father? The father is supposed to be looking over her.
Yeah, he is too.
While she's sleeping. Like, is he not noticing it? Do we not care what his reaction is?
Listen, yeah, he looks horrified. He looks over you, Ergoth, and is like, she looks bad.
Yep. This is her state of affairs. It's very.
He looks at you and he says, my child, she has asked us to not allow this to happen. Are we to wake her?
Yes, let's wake her, and if you can say a prayer over her, maybe that will ease her state of being here.
I will pray to Saint Andrew. And he drops to his knees and begins to like say prayer over you. And Urgoth, how do you wake Bogmo up?
I shake Bogmo on the shoulder.
Very nice. I thought you might dump a bucket of water on her or something. Bogmo, you rouse from your sleep, and you're quite shaken, but you have memories of this horrific dreamscape. You're still quite tired, but you managed to get a few hours of sleep, and yeah, you're awake. What do you do now, Bogmo?
I'm going back to sleep. I'm tired.
So you just go right back to sleep? You just like say thanks and go back to sleep?
I say keep it up. Keep up the good work. Going back to sleep.
You don't describe the dream at all? You don't
No one else
wonder where
it's
you
horrible.
are? You are able to be completely roused and woken up and not wonder if the witch's mouth is still, the witch's maw is still hovering over your head.
I am so tired. I gotta go back to sleep.
Okay. Well, back to sleep you go. The remainder of your watch is relatively unremarkable, Urgoth.
Okay.
Who's got watch 2? Bert Beasley. Your watch 2. The father is sort of struggling to maintain wakefulness. He's gonna roll, I guess, a Constitution save.
I'm gonna Father, you can go rest on a pew. I have got this watch. No need to stay up.
I shall retire to my quarters. Thank you, my child. He rolled an 8 on his con save. And the father retires to his quarters and pats you on the back.
Nice.
All right. About halfway through your watch, you similarly see Bogmo begin to sort of twist and contort her face as you're observing her.
Bert Beasley is going to cast command on her, and one word, sweet dreams. That's more than one word. Let's think here. He's just gonna say relax. He's gonna see what that happens. He's gonna cast command and say relax.
Bogmo, make me the save against command.
It's a 12.
What kind of save is it?
Wisdom. Yeah.
Disadvantage, you're asleep.
Okay.
Pass, Bogmo. You can choose to accept this command or not.
If she rolled with disadvantage,
then it's a fail.
If she's rolled with disadvantage,
oh, okay. I give it disadvantage. I give it disadvantage. Okay, so Bogmo, I like narratively better Bogmo having the choice here. I don't think disadvantage should really apply. I'm going to give Bogmo the choice here. Bogmo, you can either pass this or fail it. To relax.
Maybe
I specifically asked to be woken up. I don't know what to do.
Maybe it looks in her dream like maybe she's being presented with two different
Bogmo, your choice.
Realities. To the one side, there's like maybe some music that you know, and then
No,
to
no, 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 no. I'm not telling you, Wetrock, what Bogmo's dreaming. Bogmo, you have the spell before you.
Oh man. And I really don't like Bert Beasley, but I do think he's a very sharp fellow. So I'm gonna swallow my instinctive desire to tell him to go jump in a lake, and I'm gonna relax. I feel like this is a wrong choice.
Bogmo, your body relaxes and stops contorting and twisting to the horrible visions that you continue to have throughout the ensuing hour. You see visions of nightmarish things, although to the outer world, your soul and spirit appears to be relaxed and quieted, while visions persist inside of your mind.
Good job, team.
Bert Beasley, you are convinced beyond all
For trusting
Bert Beasley,
someone.
Bert Beasley, you are convinced beyond all measure that you have aided her.
Yeah, no, it looks good to me, Looks like she's having some peaceful dreams.
It looks great to you. Bogmo, the visions last onwards for about an hour while Bert is watching over you. Bert, your watch comes to an end.
Well, I'll wake up the next fellow and I'll say, sleeping peacefully like a baby.
Has the priest been there the whole time?
No,
The priest retired to his room.
Well, go get his ass, because she specifically asked for him to be there for prayers if she was convulsing.
Yeah, but she looks so relaxed and peaceful right now that, I don't know. I'll leave that up to you. I'm going to
You're
sleep.
not gonna help me. You're gonna make me leave her alone so that I can go.
She's resting peacefully. Look at it. Not even.
I mean, what is this? Can you not go get the priest?
It looks like it's their best night of sleep she's ever had. You wanna what? You wanna go get some guy
this doesn't have anything to do
over
with
her?
This has to do with what she asked.
At this point, it doesn't matter. Nothing matters. No one's gonna save me. I asked for one simple thing. One simple thing.
We can't hear you.
That's all I asked for.
God,
and all my companions.
I can't have any story that I want.
I might as well
I throw my hands up in the motherfucking air and I say, "Go to hell, Bert Beasley," and then I walk
all right.
room and sit down and watch.
Whoa! No PvP. No PvP here. Wetrock. Bert turns in, and your watch begins.
What is PvP?
Player versus player.
Oh
no!
Bert, he started it.
Bert Beasley
I'm
tests
ending
command on Wetrock and says, "Relax."
Nope. That doesn't happen. Nope, that does not happen. A god from the outer realm comes, and those words never exit your mouth. The spell is just deleted as the thought exits your brain. And it's like time was rewritten and erased, and all those things didn't happen.
Nice.
I find myself looking at Bert Beasley mad, and I can't understand why.
In fact, it is like
watching Bagmo. I'll take the next shift.
In fact, it is like the god of the world has reached into your brain, and the madness is deleted.
Madness, my ass.
All right, it is your shift. Wetrock. Through the evening, you watch Bogmo, and she sleeps peacefully.
For 2 hours?
For 4 hours.
Oh, okay. I got 4.
The entire 4 hours is incredibly peaceful. She's asleep. You don't notice anything for 4 hours. And your shift comes to an end.
It's time to wake up. So I go over to her and I rouse her.
Bogmo, when you wake up, you feel absolutely no better through the evening. You are more exhausted than you have been before. Take a level of exhaustion, Bogmo. 20
I
levels
grab
is this
her by
guy?
the shoulders and I say, "How are you feeling? You got
Her head just sort of
like any
bobbles.
powers?"
Her head bobbles on her neck. Her head bobbles on her neck like a bobblehead doll when you
But-
grab her by the shoulders.
It's
I
because her neck is so
slam my
relaxed.
fist into the bedside table and demand that the fucking priest come down from his
He
chamber
comes.
and say a fucking prayer.
He comes running out of. He comes running out of his chambers, and he says, "My word, my lords, I shall pray over her." And drops to his knees and begins to pray. Bagamo, what's your current hit point total?
12.
Okay.
I can't switch it to exhaustion level 2.
You have 12 hit points?
Yep. Out of 19.
Your total max is 19?
Mm-hmm.
Now it's 14.
Why can't I change my levels of exhaustion?
I don't know. Is that a D&D Beyond thing?
Yeah, like I click opening it and I see the little doot, but I can't change it.
I do not know the answer to that.
Well, there's nothing for Bogamo to do except go die heroically now, because no one will help me. No one will listen to me. No one will do the simple
priest-
things
Wet
I've
Rock
begged
is
people to
in the
do.
corner with hands exclaiming on both sides of his hands, "Jazz hands! I'm here to help."
The
And
priest.
no one listens to anything.
The priest.
Everyone does whatever they want to do all the time.
The priest looks at you, Bagmo, and Father Lucian says, "My child, you look unwell. Here, drink this, please." And he runs to his quarters and he brings out a vial of liquid, like a bottle of liquid, and says, "Please drink this."
I intervene and I snatch the vial of liquid away. And I say, "I don't trust you or anybody else that left her. She obviously is no better. Get out." Then I turn my back. I slip the little crumb of dream cake that I had saved from before into the vial of clear liquid, shake it up, and say, "Bagmo, here you go."
Okay, Bagmo. You
I want to know what the priest was going to give me.
He's a liar and a poor sport and a quitter. He didn't stay by your side all night. I came in here, he was gone. No one cares about you. I love you and I want you to live. Drink this.
do you drink it, Bagmo? Well, Bagmo?
Do I need to roll persuasion?
That's up to Bagmo. If Bagmo's resisting it, then yeah.
I don't know what to do. I trusted my friend subconsciously, or what I thought was my friend. And that didn't go well. My brain doesn't know who I can trust anymore. I asked a priest for a favor and they didn't do it.
He was sent away.
No one will help me.
Believe
Bert,
in my
Bert
feelings.
Beasley
There
just
is
does
no
not
way for me
understand.
to lead you astray. You are weak and you are tired. This elixir will help you.
Are you drinking it, Bagmo? Just yes or no.
Yes.
Bagmo, you chug the vial of liquid before you, and roll me 2d4 plus 2,
Me
please.
or him or her?
Bagmo.
Okay.
2d4 plus 2, Bagmo.
Hang on. I rolled a 2 and a 1.
Okay, so you regain 5 hit points.
Oh boy.
Hey, that
Bagmo.
takes you to max, right?
Yeah, now I have 14 hit points.
Yeah.
But Bagmo, as you drink this,
Who's got you in mind?
I'm not done here.
Oh,
As Bogmo drinks this, all of a sudden, she falls to her knees. You feel momentarily replenished, Bogmo, like you're gaining some energy. But then something is wrapped around you. Your mind begins to swirl, and things get strange feeling. And all of a sudden, Bogmo, you are not at the church in St. Annabelle's anymore. Bogmo, you're in a... What is Bogmo's idea of a perfect place?
hymns.
Where's like the most peaceful, perfect place for Bogmo?
Well, my old church used to have a combination calisthenics and prayer class. And it was sunny and far away from here.
Okay, so that's where you are. You're in.
Imagine
all of a sudden,
calisthenic
one of you,
prayers.
it's like a monk, like you're like Buddhist monks. Like all of a sudden, one of your former like monk mates like slaps you on the back and says, "Slacken on your push-ups, Bagmo. Get back to it." And Bagmo, you feel the warm sun on your back, and you feel just a wave of happiness flush over you as you are there, and you see all of this happening. Bogmo, you feel the warm sun, you feel the touch of your comrade pat you on the back and encourage you to do better push-ups. And you feel at peace like you have not felt in days or maybe even years. Wet Rock, you see Bogmo drop down on the ground as her face hits the floor of the chapel. And
Do I notice any change to her expression on her face, or I just see her drop to the ground and hit the floor?
She is breathing, and she is sort of drooling on the ground, and she has.
I scoop down and I pick her up. I sit down and I stretch her out over my lap, and I'm trying to look at her. I'm grabbing her face, and I'm trying to make sure that she's conscious.
She's conscious. Well, she is not conscious. She's not conscious, but she is not like
she's breathing normally.
She's breathing. She is stable.
Okay, so I'm looking at facial expressions. What do I see?
Peace. She has that same, but it is odd. It is an odd peace. It is that same strange expression that you saw on the faces, or Bert would have seen, on the faces of the adults in the room where he chased that child that had run away. Trance-like and very odd.
I think I'm kind of just, sort of consoling, holding, cradling her in a way, but also, feeling bad. I know that I drugged her in the hopes to get this, but now that I see what it looks like, I'm feeling a little guilty, and I'm really hoping that she pulls through. Maybe I start to kind of rock a little bit, but I feel encouraged when I see, the peace. And even if it is intermittent, I think I am feeling justified.
It's a strange piece.
Yeah, but I know. That's what I'm saying. Like, if it's intermittent and it feels weird, I think I'm still feeling like I did the right thing, even though I don't fully understand what I did yet.
Okay.
I don't know. Last night you seemed really, really convinced we need to wake her up. And now.
No, I thought we needed to wake up the priest who was supposed to say prayers when she was freaking out. And you said, we don't need a priest. There's no reason for concern. Fought me in the hallway, and I didn't want to disturb her any further. And so I told you to fuck off. And that's, I think, where we are.
Okay. Okay.
Do y'all know that I put this in I think only I know that, right?
I don't know. I don't think was anybody else studying you. Nobody said they were studying. I'm gonna say they don't know.
Yeah. So you know, I'm still mad at Borks and Boggins for not going to wake the priest last night. I
Okay.
feel like this is what I have to do now, or I'm justifying it in retrospect, I think, in my head. But I don't know that I need to give you guys all that.
Yeah, no, that's fine. You're
Okay.
this is your internal character development.
Yeah.
What is okay, so I have to ask then. Bugmo, you're unconscious on the ground. What does Burt Beasley and what does Ergoth McCoy think when they see this? They saw Wet Rock sort of outburst angrily, throw the priest out. The priest sort of mutters something about his church and you are guests here, and then proceeds to remove himself to his quarters after you told him to get out and that you didn't trust him. And he leaves as you take the vial of healing potion that he was bringing to you. And she swigs it after Wet Rock hands it, and then she passes out on the ground, conked down.
Well, now Bert Beasley is thinking, hey, that priest, he did something to her. He gave her this potion, and next thing I know, she's passed out on the ground.
Yeah, that's what you
Uh,
saw. Wet Rock, you
I
were trying.
think-
Were you were trying to hide that you were doing that, right? Right, Wet Rock.
Yeah, I snatched it, took it, dropped it in. I already knew what I wanted to do. I've known what I wanted to do since we left that town before.
Okay.
Yeah. I think
Bert,
this
Bert,
picks
Bert-
up continue.
Would any of y'all have been?
continuity-wise.
Would any of y'all have been watching Wet Rock? We can roll sleight of hand and perception to see if you would have noticed it if y'all were trying to. If anybody would have been observing him or trying to watch him.
Bert Beasley was not. He was looking at the various fire escapes and if this building was up to code for insurance purposes.
It's
I
definitely
think
not.
from the interactions, it's obvious that no one wanted to do anything except go to bed.
Yeah, I don't think I would have
Me.
been paying attention to
This
that
is the
either.
next. This is the next morning.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't think I would have been
Uh,
watching that with an eagle eye.
Okay.
Bert Beasley
So-
would like to do a medicine check and see if he can tell what's happened to his fine
Yeah.
companion.
Roll me medicine, Bert.
Not great.
Bert, she's sleeping.
Bert Beasley, he's man, this priest, you're right. He was bad news. We should not have trusted him. We need to go. We gotta beat him up. We gotta see what it is he gave her, and we gotta find he's probably got an antidote or something. Where are his quarters? Let's go get him.
How can we beat him up for going away and sleeping when we told him that it was fine to do that?
Because he just gave her this potion that she drank and now passed out. I don't know. I'm not really good at medicine. She could
said
be
she
fucking
didn't
dying
feel-
here.
She's been several days without sleep. When she woke up, even though it had been 4 hours, she said that she didn't feel any rest.
She
think-
wasn't. She's not in great shape. I mean,
No,
the
I
priest.
don't want
The
to. I
priest.
don't want to just immediately go kick someone's ass. I think it would be fair to say, let's go ask the priest if any prayers overnight based on dreams she might have been having and what we saw from those. You know, whether or not that might have been any difference or if it makes any sense to him. But I don't think we can really put this on.
I mean,
Uh,
Bert
elixir.
Beasley, he just can't think of any other logical reason she'd be awake one moment, drink a potion, and then face plant down onto the ground if it wasn't, some kind of poison.
Okay, so
I mean, is there
Dehydration,
any-
dehydration, high caffeine shot.
okay, so I'm a doctor of sorts, and so
Yes.
is there a chance that
Ergon.
I'm able to
Of
put
course,
1 and 2 together to get 6?
you can roll medicine.
Okay.
I don't know why me
You can
and-
roll medicine, Bird Doctor.
Okay.
Yeah,
and Bert-
there we go.
Ergoth, you put 1 and 1 together and get 11. And what you come up with is 1 plus 1 equals 1 and 1, 11, is that she drank a thing and then she hit the ground. It was probably the thing she drank.
And who did we get it from? The priest.
The priest.
All right, guys. I gotta let you know.
Okay,
I don't
so
think
Hold on.
that
Let
this.
us-
Okay, go ahead.
Wet Rock is confessing, I think.
I wasn't.
Oh, okay.
Going to. I was gonna lead to thinking that I was going to, and then take it another way. But it's fine. Let's see what John has to say.
Okay, so what I put together basically is a causal relationship here.
Yep, that's what for that role in your medicine check.
Right.
That what she drank caused it.
Right.
Yes, yes, bird doctor. That's what you figured out. It's probably what she just drank that done did it.
Okay. So
Bert B's like, you're not sure if that's the case or not. Maybe she got cursed.
Do you say that out loud? Hawkins,
so I don't think I'm not convinced that I'm not convinced that this is a bad thing in terms of like she may just be recuperating here because she wasn't in great shape already. So this may, she may be okay. She's not twitching. She's not, her head hasn't turned around backwards, and she's not vomiting pea soup. She's.
Those are all important checks to mark off on the list.
That's right. I check them on every parakeet that comes into my veterinary. So I'm not convinced here that we were ill done by this medication.
Are you
So
gonna
what do you say after doing your check? What do you say out loud to the rest of the group?
I'm just going to say I think she's okay, and I think we need to let her be, and I don't think we should jump to any hasty conclusions. I think this was just good medicine.
It's
I mean, she wouldn't be the first person to
I'm
fall
going to say,
asleep in
look at her
church.
face. Look at her face. She looks very, very calm.
But it's unnatural.
Bert Beasley is now just thoroughly confused. Last night, her looking very calm. That was a big to do.
Well, I mean, no one else but you.
Now drinking strange potions, face planting on the ground.
This is great entertainment.
Dang it, Bert! No one else but you knows that you put the relaxant.
And now in arguing over secret poison.
So we're all thinking that
what is good, what is bad,
better.
She looks fine. She looks absolutely fine. She looks in some ways finer than she's looked in ages. Get her. Is there any more of that stuff?
I think
she should get some for the road.
Toilet.
What do you want to do with her? We can't just leave her here with this priest.
We'll just let her recharge.
Can't trust. For how long?
She looks like she's about to poop her pants. I think we should put her up somewhere.
She does. She actually just completely craps herself right there.
Oh dear.
She's so relaxed. It's just like.
Well, oh my goodness. And so I go
like truly nothing for Bagamo to do but die now.
But you're so relaxed. You're so relaxed.
Humiliation.
Even your bowels are relaxed.
There's nowhere else I could go except the grave.
Is there any on the altar, are there any like things of water or holy water or anything?
There is a vial there is a pitcher of holy water.
Okay, so I just in a huff go to the top of the altar and then grab the bucket with the water, go, we gotta clean this up. There's nothing for it.
As you clean up everything, Bagamo doesn't make a move. She doesn't stir, nothing. You're able to roll her over and out of the way. And you, at one point, I think you drop the holy water basin on her forehead, and she just sort of like lays there goofily.
We need to get some towels and some.
You still have not gone to get the priest. You're doing this all.
Some big peacock fans. We need to dry this place.
I think after about 30 minutes, the priest, Lucian Petrovich, walks back out of his office and looks at you all and says, "My gods, what?"
And I look at him. I say, "This is all your fucking fault."
Yeah, Bert
don't
Beasley
be mean to the priest. The priest has given us sound medicine here, and Bagamo is looking better than she's looked at in a while. I think that he gave us good medicine.
I gave her a potion of healing.
See?
Potion of healing is all.
And she's healing right now in front of us. Look at her.
It would not do this.
Where were you last night?
Here.
She asked you to pray over her. You went to bed.
I was sent to bed by Bert Beasley. Your comrade.
She was resting
I had
peacefully.
To confirm it. You know me. I had to confirm it. Thank you, Father.
It was Bert Beasley.
How do you explain this now? She's laying in toilet water. with a smile of an infant child on her face.
The priest comes over to her, and he's going to do a medicine check on her.
Poor back.
he looks over. He looks over at you and he says, "He looks up at you. He says, she's bewitched."
I like how all these roles I'm still the medical professional. The veterinarian.
He says, she is bewitched. Some evil spirit has been able to penetrate the walls of St. Andros. Surely this wouldn't have happened if the relic bones of St. Andros had been present. I fear that the evil spirits of the Dark Lord are imposing their will on her. Her very life may be at threat now.
Could this have happened if you were here praying over her body?
I have no
all
power.
night.
No, I have no power to control the spirit of the Dark Lord. The protection of this chapel is gone. I cannot resist his will. My prayers, I fear they go unanswered.
Well,
I clap him on the back and I say, "There's a good chance that we had something to do with that. Sorry."
We are a cursed people. Something to do with that.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, we're a band of adventurers.
Hold on.
Well, at least Bagamo got a bath out of this.
He looks over at you, Wet Rock, with a 17 on his insight check, and he says, "What have you done, my son?"
17 insight check.
Mm-hmm. You said we may have had something to do with this, and he says, "What have you done, my son?"
I fear we've brought this evil with us. For the entire time we've traveled, we've encountered nothing but unexplainable evil. We ran into the vampire.
Roll deception.
Strahd.
Roll deception, as you clearly are trying to obfuscate something.
Perception?
Just not buying
No,
this.
deception.
Who? Oh, deception. Sorry.
You're attempting to
the other section.
You're attempting to deceive.
Well, I see that now. You know, I'm not a professional at this game. I have not done this very often.
That is a perception.
I'm trying my best.
No, you're good. You're doing great.
Yeah, an 8.
Yeah, he looks at you and he says, "Evil is following. Perhaps it is best that you go."
I'm sorry?
Perhaps it is best then that you go.
That's all he says after the roll?
Yeah. He said,
Okay.
You said evil is following us, and he believes you are hiding something. When you say that, you rolled fairly poorly on your deception check.
Yeah, got you. I understand now.
He thinks now that you are trying to obfuscate something, and he says, "Perhaps it is best that you go."
I agree.
What do we do with this? You know?
I don't.
As you point to the.
Now, you may banish me. Can I hang out right outside?
No, my child. You are not banished. You are not banished. All are welcome. What have you done, my child?
Me?
Yes.
Okay.
What have you done, my child?
Well, we set off to find.
No.
We thought. Sorry.
What have you done? Bert Beasley is just not buying this, and he's going to look real menacing to try to get the truth out of a certain someone who believes lying.
I think Wet Rock.
Yeah, out of Wet Rock.
Okay, so how do you intimidate me with a critical hit?
I don't
see. Bert Beasley tells you that he's going to get your whiskey. He's going to get it shut down. You know, he thinks that it's bad news.
Here's how this is going to work. Wet Rock. I don't like this intra-party conflict, but Wet Rock.
I don't like it either. I think we need to resolve it.
Wet Rock, I need you then to roll me wisdom against his intimidation.
Same kind as last time.
Yeah, this is like a wisdom save, basically.
Oh, saving throw. Okay.
Yeah. You can do save or whatever.
Yeah, before I was rolling straight out of the skills. I didn't realize it was saving.
If you have it as a save, it helps you. If you don't have it, okay. You rolled well, but Bert Beasley has gotten into your skin a little bit. He says, "Tell me the truth," and you think that he might actually do something to you if he doesn't believe whatever it is you say.
Okay. Let me think about how I'm going to handle this. I feel like this could be a big thing, so I want to make.
It's a decision on
the roll matter, but I rolled well, so I want to get a conflict here.
You rolled well, but Bert rolled better.
I guess so. You're right.
Yeah, 24 is bigger than.
You rolled well, but Bert rolled better.
Okay. All right, guys.
Wet Rock, you're a little bit intimidated by Bert here. You think Bert, if Bert doesn't buy what you say.
Yeah. I think I got it. I think I got it. I'm gonna try to.
Okay.
I'm gonna try to work it.
Okay. Are you? You have two choices there. I think there are two choices here. Okay. There is honesty, and there is deception.
Okay. So not. There's no third choice that splits.
Okay. Well, is a third choice? Is a third choice?
I roll white lie.
Is a third choice still a deception?
It would be partially one. Yeah.
Okay. You can go that route, but we'll see how that plays out. All right, let's see what you say. I'm interested now. We're just gonna roll inter-party conflict this entire session over Bagmo.
Listen, I took a bit of one of those dream cakes back when we were in the old lady's house, and I think that Bagmo has already been influenced by them.
Bert, roll me insight as he's doing this. You can keep talking, but roll me insight, Bert.
Not great. You should believe anything you say.
What? Bert, critical fail in your insight. Bert, it hits you. You have seen this look before. This is the same look that those people that ate the dream cakes in the house you saw. The man that you killed by punching him while he was unconscious. You've seen that look before. That is the same look that is on the face of Bagmo, and you completely believe Wet Rock. She is indeed under the influence of the dream cakes.
Wow. I appreciate you telling the truth of roofing Bagmo. I guess
I think we need to back up because I don't think that I did.
You know, that your heart was in the right place, but your actions, I don't know. I don't think she would appreciate being fed more pies made of children. Yeah, she was pretty opposed to that. Like, this could have even been the child she rescued and saved, then sold back and turned into a pie that she has now consumed. That is some real. Whew.
I feel like a suicide bomber.
At what point did I tell you that I put anything?
No. He didn't tell you he put it in there. You just believe she is indeed under the influence of the pies.
Right.
But
that's all that you believe.
But your critical
critical
bad insight. You do not have the insight that Wet Rock put it in there. But just that, yes, Bagmo must have eaten a pie. She's a pie eater.
Man, I'm more interested in your reaction to that revelation than I am to the one that you already know the answer to.
Bagmo's a pie eater.
Wow. I mean, from saving children to eating children, that is also pretty fucked up.
I don't think it's just
Bert Beasley just feels like this world is just really, it's grinding everyone down. You know, Bagmo has just really gone back on everything he thought that she believed in. Now she's a pie eater.
I don't think she had any choice in this matter at all.
How did she not have any choice? What?
I think she was already under the influence before we got here.
She's always been a pie
But
eater.
where would she have gotten the
Oh.
pie? She didn't have any
I
pies.
think from when we went into the first place.
Was Bogmo slipping pies? Is this your
No, I think she accidentally.
accidentally ate a pie?
No, I think she accidentally ingested some pie, and as someone
How do you
as
accidentally
as
ingest
straight laced. Well, here's how
She
you,
just
here's
tripped
how it
and
happened.
fell face first.
Here's how it happened. You jump in there to say stop killing those kids,
It was
and then
the
you
one of
find
the-
your face smushed into a pile of dream cakes.
Look,
And
you know,
don't what
last
to breathe,
night she
but
wasn't
you know
well.
that you got to breathe to live, and then you come out of that
One
the
in a
next thing
million
you
shot,
know-
Doc.
different.
One in
Or
a million
maybe-
shot, Doc.
Maybe
One in
the
a
dream
million.
cakes are not just an ingested drug, but maybe those dream cakes.
He's snorting dream cakes.
No, I'm not saying anything about snorting. This is let's say the dream cakes are the fentanyl of the of this D&D world, where it doesn't take any like intentional ingestion. Oh, you just touch a napkin that's been soaked in fentanyl, and now you're dead.
As you're having this discussion,
Okay,
Father
I mean, well,
Petrovich,
she was in here. We were in here. Then wouldn't we all be exposed to this mysterious pie that's just
Father
this
Petrovich,
secondhand pie?
Father
What
Petrovich,
what did you touch in that bakery? Tell me, Bert
No,
Beasley.
wait
What
a
did you touch
minute.
in that bakery?
I had one of
not been in a
those
bakery.
pies, and I haven't gone crackers.
You've not been in a bakery.
Yeah, we
Isn't
never
it
went.
bad enough that
Yeah,
I
you're
was
kinda-
roofied, but now my character is being assassinated as I
Ergoth,
lay here.
Ergoth,
You're
Ergoth,
not gonna die.
Ergoth.
You'll
Make me
live.
actually.
And this is what you needed.
DM taking over. DM taking control. Ergoth, make me a wisdom save.
Wisdom. Oh, a wisdom save.
Yes, save.
Bam.
Okay. Ergoth, you you save, Ergoth. You have the when they mentioned the pies, you have a strong craving, this desire to have one. It fills your you can almost taste it on your palate.
I just
Crave
heard
it.
Homer in my head. Pies.
Pie. But you somehow managed to shake it off.
Interesting. So, I'm sort of thinking about this absent-mindedly I'm thinking about this as I absent-mindedly take the soiled holy water and tunk it on the altar and then walk back to the group.
Yeah. Father Petrovich looks at you all and she says, "Well, it seems that she has been under the influence of some devilish witchcraft. I swear I will keep her safe in the chapel until her spirit is able to return to her."
Do you know of witchcraft, Father?
I do not, but I
Is
will
there
watch
anyone
over
in this
her.
town who might?
No, I know not.
You've not heard rumors?
Rumors, witchcraft. I stay away from such things, as they are unholy.
Thank you for your hospitality.
You know, Bert Beasley's got one last idea. You know, he remembered last night he had great success in helping her, you know, relax and sleep so well. He wonders,
That's true.
Can he do the reverse? You know, is he the sleep whisperer? And he's gonna cast command on Bagmo and say, "Rise."
Arise.
Yeah.
Do we all still not know that he cast relax on her before? Or did he confess to that in story?
Yeah. He hadn't told you anything.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I'm just gonna try to wake her up with magic. The magic alarm clock.
Rise.
Yep.
Okay. Bogmo, you auto fail this. You see Bogmo in a complete trance stand up on her feet.
Nice.
She is unconscious and seems to have a very strange, silly smile on her face. As she is unconscious, but she is now standing before you.
Well, we're making progress.
See, she's better. She's up and
Right.
ambulatory. We've done great work here. She's well rested, fit as a fiddle.
I walk
Um,
up to her as she's levitating there, and I grab.
She's not
both of her
levitating.
hands.
She's just
Oh.
standing there.
I grab both of her hands and I say, "Can you see the children?"
She doesn't respond.
I dropped her hands, turn around to the group, and say, "I got nothing."
Bert Beasley's also at a loss, you know? The only thing really anything left to do is put a big life insurance policy on her and, you know, hope for the best, but
I
cover your
stop and I
bases.
say, "Hey, Bert, what did you just do something?"
Yeah, you saw me cast a spell. I said,
In
I
all
said
seriousness,
arise.
I need to pause this from the D&D table because this has gone in a direction that I entirely did not expect the session to go. I'm sorry. This is not how I thought this.
I guess I should be the one apologizing. I'm the one that did it. I'm sorry.
This is not how I thought this would go.
I bet you thought we leave the church.
I don't know how else to play this out.
Did you
though.
think we might leave the church?
I thought maybe
You didn't know I was Buffy capsuling this episode.
I didn't know we were going to spend 2 hours in the church arguing over Bogmo's unconscious body. Outside of this, just so you guys know, she's got about 7 hours more to go of unconsciousness.
So, I really think I'm convinced that she's fine. I mean, she's a little worse for wear and a little weird, but you know, I'm sure that'll wear off. So Ergoth is pretty okay with the fact that, you know, she's on the right path.
You think she's recovering?
I do, yeah.
I do
Should
too.
we just leave her here and then
Go do your errands.
Can we trust this fucking priest?
So hold on. I think we
absconder?
owe this priest an apology, I think, because some aspersions have been flung at this man of the cloth, and he has done his level best, I think. And
I think you're right. I think you're right. I go over and I give him a
let's
big
thank
hug
him for his
and
help and
lift him off the
hospitality.
ground, and I chunk him 4 gold.
He thanks you for the donation. He says that he will still watch over her. He'll watch over her body.
You know what she'd probably really like? If when she woke up, you know, if she ever does, that we had taken care of that windmill, you know, and we're like, hey, look, there's no more pies. You can't.
You know what she always said? She always said, "Can you burn that windmill to the ground for me?" That's all she ever said. That's all she ever wanted.
It would have been a very good.
It would solve all those pie problems, you know? Just no more pies.
And
yeah,
that would.
I
feel like we owe it to her.
It'd be like waking up on Christmas morning and your present is, you know, this
burning
burned
windmill.
down pie windmill. Yeah.
Okay, what are you guys going to do for the next 7 hours?
We're gonna go back to this windmill. We're gonna burn it down.
So the problem with burning down the windmill was that it wasn't sufficiently flammable. So I feel like I want to.
It's made out of stone.
Yeah, so I guess we need to get some kindling or something from somewhere. Maybe a cart. So some dry wood, a cart, some torches.
Okay, that could work. I mean, this is a town. Surely we can get a cart.
Yeah,
and
some angry villagers.
And I tell you what, we'll find out how we get a new party of characters when 3 of you take on a night hag coven by yourselves next week. We'll figure out how that's going to work. Next time, as we spent this entire session arguing over Bogmo.
she's on the healing path.
I'm really, really sorry, y'all. This is a weird, weird session. This went in a direction that I
I
didn't
don't know what
expect.
happened.
He's so traumatized by
Y'all are
what happened last night.
off the rails. I thought I knew how to DM. I don't think I know how to DM for you people.
Everything's fine. This went perfect.
I thought I knew how to DM. I've only been doing it for several years now in multiple games. I thought I knew what I was doing. I was pretty sure I was familiar with the town and the story up to this point. I had rehashed everything. I figured out what was going on, what everybody's motivations were.
And all we did was we took a long rest, and here
You
we
guys,
are.
you guys knew how to heal Bogmo. You knew what you needed to do. Bogmo knew that she probably didn't need to just relax through the visions, but she chose to do so.
The visions were important.
I thought maybe he would help my brain relax.
That's what I thought too. You know.
Hey,
but-
that's what I thought as well, but no one's giving me any.
You know, command is kind of like a monkey paw kind of spell. You know, you gotta be very specific in what you want done.
I think this sets up for some nice down the road as long as we can move forward somewhere. But it's good to get back in touch with our characters, is it not?
That's right. And in that
We've been-
regard, we've
we've
made
been
a
so
lot of
long.
progress.
We've been so long without embodying these characters. I feel like, you know, if we had just pushed through plot, you know, something would have been lost in this campaign.
Oh, that's a good way of putting it. Yeah.
We'll see what happens next time, where we have a passed out pooping on herself Bogmo.
That's right, poor girl. All love to
Sorry,
back.
sorry, I made you poop on yourself, Amy.
All love
I
to
have
back.
no dignity left.
You really don't.
Oh no.
Good night, everybody. We'll see you
Night.
guys next Tuesday.
Love y'all.
Night.
Good to see you.